friends. Welcome to the LeggLife podcast. My name is Adam.
My name is Sherry.
Sherry Beth, what episode is this?
160.
We have done a number of these kind of episodes. We call these Roadtrip Ramblings. So we are currently on the Parks Highway here in Alaska, heading from our home in Anchorage up to Denali National Park.
Yeah.
Where we are getting away for Memorial Day weekend. We're going up there to stay at the Holland America Denali Lodge.
Formerly the McKinley Chalets.
When we stayed there when it was the McKinley Chalets, we stayed there twice.
Yep.
And we've had amazing experiences both times.
Yep.
One of my favorite lodges that kind of falls under your portfolio for the company you work for in all of Alaska.
Yeah.
So going away for 3 nights, which is really nice. Actually, we just rounded a corner and Denali, the mountain, is out and filling our view
beautiful
through the front window. So on Road Trip Ramblings, the way this kind of works is we sort of give you a train of mind kind of conversation.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about a few things and just see where the conversation goes. Sure. We
have some talking points that we talked about.
Yep, we got some ideas on things to talk about.
But we also might just kind of ramble.
So where we're going to start is with our trip this weekend.
Yeah.
It is currently sunny.
It's beautiful.
It is
70 degrees.
This is our first 70-degree experience of the summer.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
It's very nice.
Back in Anchorage, it is supposed to be sunny and beautiful all weekend long.
Yep. What's the weather supposed to be like in Denali?
Not sunny and beautiful all weekend long.
It was. Like earlier this week, it was supposed to be sunny and beautiful, and then we checked it again, and it's supposed to be rainy the whole weekend that we're there.
So we will see what happens this weekend.
It is also Alaska, so it could say rainy, and then it just really might be sunny.
Or it could snow, because it's Denali.
Or it could snow, because they did get snow about a week and a half ago.
So this weekend for us is just kind of a little quick getaway. Obviously, we have our cruise coming up here in just a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And so that's sort of our big vacation. This is just a kind of early season getaway for us.
Yep. So we left after work. It's Friday evening right now. We left when we were done with work, and we have Monday off. It is Memorial Day, so we're coming back Monday. So we're not taking any time off work to do this.
No.
Which is great.
It is great. And we're just we don't have a lot of plans this weekend.
Right.
In fact, Sherry Beth, what are some things what are you hoping for from this weekend? And you and I haven't really talked about this.
We haven't. I am about halfway through my book. I would enjoy maybe getting some reading time in. There's one of our buses. we're passing our bus. I don't know. I'm looking forward to some relaxation. I feel like you and I have both been just very tired lately. Part of that is due to the busyness of life, and part of that is due to having a new kitten.
I'll be honest, the vast majority of it for me is due to having a new kitten. So Sherry's a very, very light sleeper.
Yeah.
And so what I've been doing is basically, Captain America does not let us sleep. If we close the bedroom door, he claws at the door.
Cries outside.
He wants to be close to us. But he's great if you open the door.
Well.
But then, about middle of the night, he gets the zoomies.
Yeah.
And he just kind of goes crazy. That doesn't really work for Sherry when she's trying to sleep. So what I've been doing is taking him downstairs to the guest room, and I've been sleeping with him. Well, I've been attempting to sleep. I've been laying while he terrorizes me and the room.
Yeah.
And so I feel like for the last 2 weeks, I have not gotten one good night of sleep.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. And so I'm looking forward this weekend. That's what I'm looking forward to.
No Captain America.
To terrorize my sleep.
And I don't know what it is. It's almost like he has it in his cute little mashed potato brain that when we say bedtime, it means playtime. And so he'll be kind of lazing around and looking like he's ready for sleep, and we'll go to bed and he jumps up in bed with us, and then it's playtime and he has to attack everything. Our feet, our hands, anything that moves, the pillowcase that sticks out a little bit, the comforter that's maybe has a lump in it, everything. He's just attacking, and he goes crazy, and we're just like, okay. And so then we just don't sleep very well.
Yep.
Or, well, I mean, because he just, at all, we don't sleep at all, because he doesn't want to lay down, and it takes him a long time to actually, like, get back to a tired state.
So, sleep. Sherry Beth, what else for this weekend for you?
I'm hoping we can get into the park a little bit.
I am too.
Do some walking and, kind of enjoy the park. I don't know.
I think that we're definitely going to plan on going to the visitor center, because even if it's a rainy day, the visitor center is all inside.
Yep.
But if we get, even if it's cloudy's fine.
Yeah.
I would love to get out and do, what was it? Was it the Savage River Trail that we did? Is that right?
I think so.
A couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That was just so great.
I brought my extra tufts this time.
Yep.
Because I do remember it being very muddy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they did get a lot more snow last year than they did this year, but, so it might not be as muddy, but I still brought my boots to hopefully combat some of that.
So hopefully getting out, enjoying some of the park, doing some walking.
Yep.
A little bit of hiking. That really would be nice. Eating some good food. We love we just love the lodge we're staying at. I want to sit outside by some of their fireplaces. I would love to make some s'mores.
Yeah.
Just kind of enjoy the weekend, the long weekend away.
Yep, I agree.
I will say, I did have the thought, when I saw the forecast that it was sunny in Anchorage and cloudy in Denali, I had the thought about, like, should we cancel this and just stay home? But I think I'm glad that we're going.
I think so too. I think it's going to be a good weekend trip. We do always sleep really well in the Princess Lodges. Their beds are very comfortable.
They are, I will say, that is true. Princess and Holland America, their lodges in Alaska are very, very comfortable. And we do sleep really good. Yeah,
so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know if there's really any, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to enjoying the grounds and getting some reading in. If it is nice weather, we can sit outside and read. And if not, there's always comfy chairs inside. And it's going to be great.
You know one thing I want to do?
What?
So we have a restaurant in Anchorage called 49th State Brewing Company.
Mm-hmm.
But the original location is in Healy, which is just north of Denali National Park.
It's about 10 minutes, yeah.
I would actually like to go to the original 49th State Brewing Company.
That would be really fun. We can do that.
We love their food, love their beers. I was thinking, like, things to do that we haven't done in this area. Go there. So, I'm just looking forward to a few days away.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right. Now, Sherry, we need to talk about a Facebook post I put up this week that created quite the stir.
Quite the buzz.
So, this has been a kind of a silent dream of mine. You've known about it, Sherry.
I've known. I was going to say not silent for me, because we've talked about this off and on for a decade
But I haven't shared
plus.
this publicly very often, or if at all. So years ago, somebody asked me, what would I do if I was a billionaire? Like,
if money was truly no object.
If money was truly no object. And he said that, the one stipulation is you can't say, I just sit on a beach all day. Because that's, like, what would you do?
Mm-hmm.
And my original answer that I thought of first, where my mind went first, because this is when we were going to Disney a lot, was that I would want to go to Disney, buy all of the balloons on Main Street, like those big Disney balloons, and give them away free to kids. Because think of the joy that you see in a kid's face when they get one of those Disney balloons.
Yeah.
But then I had the realization that kids who are at Disney are from families who can largely... There's a moose.
Moose?
That's hilarious. That is a podcast first. We spot a moose while recording a podcast.
Mm-hmm. Right on the side of the road.
Right on the side of the road. But then I remembered that kids who go to Disney largely come from families who can afford to go to Disney and can probably afford to buy a balloon.
Right.
And so then I thought, well, I still love that idea because it is still spreading joy. But I think I would want to spread joy to people who maybe don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
And so that's when I had the idea of a free ice cream truck. And I've thought about this for years and years, about a truck that is full of ice cream that just goes into, like, low income neighborhoods, goes into parts of the city where Or maybe, here's the thing. I remember growing up, and I'd hear the ice cream truck, and of course there's that like moment of excitement. But then for me, there's the question about like, I wonder if mom has $2 today. And I remember so many times like digging for change in mom's vehicle, like in the cup holder. Or, well, back then it was probably like the ashtray. Remember that when cars had ashtrays?
Yeah.
Like digging for change. Or in like the couch cushions, trying to find enough change to be able to see if I'd be able to get an ice cream
and
this
like
time.
scrambling because it's driving, so you're like, I need to get out there quick.
And so I feel like the ice cream truck for a lot of kids is a reminder of what they don't have.
Yeah.
But the reality is, this is a core belief of mine. Every kid in the world should hear the music of an ice cream truck and be filled with only joy. Excitement.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the ice cream truck is here. The problem is that what blocks that joy is the reality of money.
Yeah.
And so I've always wanted, I've thought, how much good would it do in the world to just simply have an ice cream truck that gave away free ice cream?
Yeah.
So I've always thought about that. But, I mean, come on, how do you realistically do that? It's like, it feels like this cool dream that it's like, yeah, that would like brighten up a lot of days, and yeah, that would probably raise the collective vibration of the world.
But there is a cost to it.
There is a cost to it.
Yep.
And so every time we would see an ice cream truck come for sale on like Facebook Marketplace or on Craigslist, we'd look at it and I'd look at it and I'd dream again.
We'd have a conversation.
Well, this week I saw an ice cream truck come for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and for the first time I actually put words to that. I created a Facebook post just kind of letting people know how this has always been a dream of mine, the good it would do in the world, how like an ice cream truck really could be a vehicle for like dignity and belonging for kids. That it's, at the end of the day, it is about so much more than ice cream, right? It is this reminder to kids that like you are seen, you are loved, you matter, you belong. It just looks like free ice cream.
Yeah.
And so the ice cream truck comes for sale. I put up a Facebook post, and it kind of went crazy. I almost immediately started receiving DMs, text messages, phone calls, emails from people saying, this idea is unbelievable. Like,
I can't get this out of my head.
Can't get that's been the number one thing we've heard, is I can't get this idea out of my head. And at first it was really cool. I mean, and what was neat is there was a lot of people in my comments basically saying, well, you should start a GoFundMe. This is really cool. But like $14,000 for an ice cream truck, which is what it's for sale for, is it's a lot of money. But then also there's insurance, and there's the products, and there's gas, and there's all this other stuff.
Right. And
so even with, a number of friends saying, hey, we donate money to this, we'd be involved in this, it still felt very out of reach. And then a friend of mine called when we sat down to dinner and basically just said, hey, this is an amazing idea, and we can't get it out of our head, and we really want to help make this happen.
Yep.
And it was in that moment that all of a sudden this started to feel like it actually could become real.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately crazy. So here's the thing. We don't have an ice cream truck.
No.
But steps are being taken to where we may soon have an ice cream truck.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that I get excited about is yes, it's ice cream, but the nonprofit that I lead also gets like 8,000 pairs of Bombas socks a year. We can use it in winter and colder months to distribute socks. We just opened a coffee shop. Think of being able to use that ice cream truck to distribute hot coffee on really cold Alaskan days, like right into some of the homeless camps or right into some of the other locations.
A literal vehicle to take these things to the people who need them.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
And so I'm so excited about what it could be. And yeah, so the dream of an ice cream truck, might actually be stepping to reality. And I think that for me, it's one of the things, I go back to it. I still maintain it's true. If money was no object for me and I just needed something to do for the rest of my life, I think I'd want to hand out free ice cream to kids.
Yeah.
Kids who may not be able to get that ice cream otherwise. Think of the conversations you get to have with parents. The conversations you get to have with kids is you're just like sharing an ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I'm super excited about that. But that was obviously a big part of our week.
Yeah.
My goodness, a big part of our week.
Yep.
Oh, geez, Louise. So we are currently, it's funny we're actually talking about this right now because we're currently passing through the town of Trapper Creek, Alaska, where I was a kid.
Yeah.
This was the town that I was raised in. Family moved here when I was about 3. I think we left when I was around 9 years old. And so little Adam roamed these streets, Sherry Beth. What?
These lanes.
That's fair. Street.
Dirt lanes.
Street is a very generous term for what you have here in Trapper Creek. But friends, here's the thing. We know this was a shorter podcast, but we missed last week. We just wanted to get something up. Wanted to share a couple conversations with you about our weekend, about the ice cream truck. We have probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours left on the drive. Probably about 2 hours left on the drive. We're undecided if we're going to stop for dinner along the way or wait till we get to the lodge.
Yeah, we're not sure.
But there is one stop we're going to make.
Yes.
So as you pass through Trapper Creek, there is a roadside sourdough stand that's owned by a lady named Renee. And it is painted teal. If you're driving through Trapper Creek, it's just like this teal hutch alongside the road. She stocks it with the most amazing sourdough products. And it's a honor system. You pay. I think she has her Venmo out there. And you just like take what is out there, and we are going to stop to bring some sourdough goodies with us.
Yes, we are.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So friends, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out. We are vlogging this weekend. So look for Denali vlogs coming next week, which I'm excited about.
Yeah. I always just love our lodges. We haven't stayed at a bad one yet.
And I love staycations.
Yeah.
They're those little shots of renewal that I think you need in life.
Yep, I agree.
Now, let's go get a little shot of sourdough that you also need in life.
Yes, please.
Friends, we love you. Thanks for listening to the LeggLife podcast, and we'll see you next time. Bye.